Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, great people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The Supreme Court has finally given their judgment in respect to Samuel Anyanwu and the National Secretary's position in the People's Democratic Party. But right now, the interpretation is conflicting. We have seen a lot of news on the social media that he has been reinstated, but then you get to hear the position of the legal advisor and the publicity secretary, what the verdict actually means. Though a lot of people are talking about the CTC should come out first, but get to hear exactly what the Supreme Court actually say, and then we're going to be talking about that, because it seems as though Samuel Anyanwu will be thrown out of the window in PDP. But then let's just hear the position of the publicity secretary.
Well, according to press release, Supreme Court judgment affirms Ude Okoye as National Secretary. PDP says the National Working Committee, NWC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has received the judgment of the Supreme Court, which affirmed that the issue of party leadership and leadership positions, including that of the National Secretary, is entirely an internal affair of the party, requiring only the party internal mechanism, to which the court have no jurisdiction. Now, today's judgment of the Supreme Court reaffirms the standing position of the party and emphatically settles the emergence of Right Honorable Ude Okoye as the substantive National Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, having been duly nominated, endorsed and ratified through the internal mechanism of the PDP statutory organs and bodies, in line with the provisions of the PDP Constitution as amended in 2017. Now, for clarity, the NWC, at its 576th meeting held on the 11th day of October 2023, directed the Southeast Zonal Executive Committee to nominate a replacement for Senator Samuel Anyanwu upon Senator Anyanwu's nomination as the governorship candidate of the PDP, People's Democratic Party, to contest the November 2023 governorship election in Imo State. Consequent upon the directive of the NWC, the Southeast Zonal Executive Committee, at its meeting held on the 20th day of October 2023, passed a resolution approving the emergence and forwarding of the name of Right Honorable S.K.E. Ude Okoye to the NWC as the National Secretary of the party. Now, according to NWC, at its 577th meeting held on the 7th day of November 2023, pursuant to its power under the PDP Constitution, duly received, deliberated upon, accepted and approved the emergence of Right Honorable S.K.E. Ude Okoye as the National Secretary of the party, which appointment has also been endorsed by relevant organs and bodies of the PDP, including the Board of Trustees, BOT, Southeast Zonal Caucus, the PDP Governors Forum, and officially communicated to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and the general public. The PDP commends the Supreme Court for upholding the principle of the supremacy of the party in the management of its internal affairs, describing it as a victory for democracy. The NWC urges all patriotic members of PDP to remain united as we work together to move our great party forward. Of course, this is signed by Debo Olugunogba, the National Publicity Secretary.
All right, that's the position, and that's the interpretation of the verdict. But then most people say that one of the content of the judgment was that everybody should return to status quo. Yeah. Now, the big question is, before he started going to court, what was the status quo? The status quo was that as you have left as the governorship candidate of PDP in Imo State, automatically you have relinquished your position, and it's now the new guy that was brought in, which is Ude Okoye. Okay. That's the position. And apart from anything, though it's an internal affair, which means whatever decision that the National Working Committee will reach in respect to it, strictly their business, is binding. You can't take anybody to court on this issue because it has a lot to do with the constitution of the People's Democratic Party and how the decision that the internal bodies will agree. So this whole issue of, ruling it out that he had won in Supreme Court and all of that, because of that was status quo, the thing that it means for him to come into the position again.
They even celebrated his return. Celebrating his office.
Come on, you understand? So going to his office doesn't change anything. This position was the position of the party in respect to this issue. That is what matters. Even if they say return back to status quo, it doesn't mean that he is the one that should be there. As at the time you left, the crisis started when he came back and said, I want to take back my position. What was the status quo before then? The status quo before then was that Odeokoye is a substantive national secretary. Why? Because according to the constitution of the People's Democratic Party, when you vie for a position and you are given the candidacy ticket, automatically all the position you have occupied in the People's Democratic Party, you have relinquished them. You can no more have access to it. So, and that's just the situation right now. But a lot of people are saying different things. What's your own position in respect to this?
Well, I for one thought at the beginning that based on the celebration, because I didn't get to see the CTC, based on the celebration on ground and the fact that Samuel Anyanwu was literally, escorted to his office, and there was jubilation in the air and all that. I thought that eventually this Supreme Court has given him the victory. I was honestly, personally, when I heard that, I was grossly very disappointed because everything shows that Odeokoye should be the National Secretary based on the constitution of PDP. But where I'm headed now is if truly, because I've not cited the CTC yet, but if truly this interpretation being made by Olugunogba and the legal advice of PDP remains to be true, then in fact, if you ask me personally, 15 minutes is too long. They should kick out Wike. Because now, if Wike takes the matter to court, of course, it will drag time, take it to Supreme Court. Before to get to Supreme Court, then they will not still say it's an internal affair. Because I still wonder why they have not suspended it. Do you know, this whole essence of suspension or reverse, as emergence of a declaration of a state of emergency, all began and started and ended with Wike's shenanigans here and there, dragging the Martin Amewile. Amewile, she they are quiet, they are calm.
Yeah,
everywhere is quiet.
Nobody's talking again.
You just want to work for your Oga.
Yeah.
Now, both your salary. I'm very sure Fubara did not pay the arrears of 1 year.
Yeah,
so there's no problem. Wherever they are getting their feeding money from the beginning, they should continue there, and I can give them for free.
That was the reason why they were putting much pressure on him to pay that salary first, because they wanted to walk away with that.
At least work with 1 year. Yeah. And I guess Fubara was smarter. I also believe that if all things being equal, if by 2027 they decide to contest and they allow this thing to be free and fair, in fact, they will not see nomination form. Because Rivers people, in fact, they'll be looking out for that name, Martin Amewile. Is it in the ballot? If they cite that name,
they can never.
Everybody in that party is gone.
Yeah.
Because of what he has cost them. Yes. Whatever we should think of percent. I also feel that if this pulls through, then the disciplinary committee, National Working Committee, should be very hasty. This is just my personal opinion. Very hasty to don't suspend. Life suspension should be given to Wike.
Expulsion, total excommunication, because already he has caused the party a lot. I'm telling you, he has caused the party so much. Apart from any revocation, that clearly shows you have zero regard for the platform that brought you to the level that you are, and the fact that you have openly declared your support for the APC come 2027. Those are pointers to the fact that this guy does not belong here, and they, as early as they can, they should send him packing so that everybody will have their rest and think of how to coordinate the party. But then back to this whole issue of Samuel Anyanwu, I think from all indication he's gone. Samuel Anyanwu is no more the executive secretary. He may be celebrating. Everybody have the whole right to celebrate. But then when the CTC is out, they will look at the nitty-gritty, and it will be the responsibility of the legal advisor to give interpretation to it. We leave it there.